Assassin's Creed Mirage is finally here, and there is so much for you to learn if you want to become a master assassin. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the biggest and best tips you need to know before playing, and we're just going to jump straight into it and on with the world restrictions. Now, I'll keep this one very brief, but as the progression system is narrative based and not storyline based, you can't unlock certain skills and more until you reach the quest called Branching Out, so I'd highly recommend you basically do nothing except follow the main storyline until you get to that point. I know it's going to be super tempting to go off exploring, but just trust me on this one, it'll make for a far superior gaming experience if you just stick with the main quests for at least a few hours. Now, my second tip is all about skills, as that is what is really going to take us from a basic assassin and turn us into the master of stealth. So, as you may know, we have a small skill tree to work from, where we'll eventually unlock them all, but it's nice to know that when starting out, you can reset almost all of them at any time if you want to try out different skills. Now, there are 61 skills in total, and unlike AC Valhalla, the majority of skills, 41 of them to be exact, are unlockable from following the main storyline. The other 10 are from contract missions, 5 from Tales of Baghdad quests, and another 6 from Lost Books collectibles. Now, after you've completed the introduction quests and actually arrive in Baghdad, you'll have at least 8 skill points to play around with, and at the very least, I'd suggest aiming to get that chain assassination skill as soon as possible, as you'll find most enemies tend to roam around in pairs, so it is incredibly useful. I'd also recommend at least one extra tool capacity skill, so you can also throw a smoke bomb, or whatever you'd like, alongside your throwing knives. In my opinion, I'd actually suggest getting all of those tools as quickly as possible, as it really does help all aspects of your stealth, but how you spend is of course your call. To maximise your skill points, you can undertake contracts on the contracts board at your Hidden Ones bureaus, and I'd basically just accept all of them as soon as possible, as you'll find a lot of the time just by running around, you might bump into these different contracts persons and complete them without even really thinking about it. Now for some cracking combat tips, and the biggest thing I'd have to say is that parrying in this game is your best friend. Once you parry, you'll be able to kill almost every enemy instantly, so it's definitely worth focusing mastering this right from the beginning. Your smoke bomb too is probably the most useful tool you own, as even during combat, if you drop a smoke bomb on your enemies, you'll be able to assassinate anyone instantly, which is actually super overpowered if I'm totally honest. Another big combat tip is that the armoured enemy guys aren't as difficult as you think. If you simply throw a knife at their legs, they'll trip, and then you can run over and take them out nice and easy. The even bigger guys with great swords have actually protected their shins, so that cheeky knife throw won't work on them. But the best thing instead is to dodge around their back, hit them with a sleep dart, and then just take them out whilst they catch 40 winks. In general, this game is way more stealth focused over combat, with Basim being far weaker than previous protagonists, so this is arguably all a bit of a last resort. If you're really struggling and find yourself dying a lot, you can also change the difficulty level in the settings, which will get no judgment from me. By the way guys, if you're enjoying this video so far, then be a good hidden one and punch that like and subscribe button, as it would really help my channel out. On to some resources now, and this is the first tip which I'm almost slightly hesitant to tell you about, as it will make your Mirage experience a hell of a lot easier. If you want your pickpocketing to be flawless every time, then all you have to do is head into your settings and turn on guaranteed pickpocket. Now you'll have no trouble simply zooming around and robbing every poor NPC in sight, allowing you to collect those precious resources in order to level up the different aspects of Basim. Another tip for gaining resources quickly, as well as helping you fast travel around the map, is to head to all of the synchronization points as soon as possible, which all have chests with tokens and more within them. However, on top of that, if you then use your bird Inkadu from the top of these towers, a bunch of gold markers indicating loot will appear, allowing you to track a bunch of gear really easily. Just like Valhalla, we also have a cartographer again, who will sell maps for different areas indicating where everything is. What is that old saying? You have to spend money to make money. It's also definitely worth mentioning to utilize your vendors as much as possible, as they sell the 3 very important resources which we need to upgrade our tools, weapons and armor. However, as soon as you reach a new assassin level, the vendors actually reset their resources and will become available to purchase freshly again, meaning that if you don't buy everything before you reach a new assassin level, you're going to be missing out on potentially a massive amount of resources. So steal, hunt down, and buy everything as quickly as possible if you want to become that master assassin at record speed. And now we come to those ever important stealth tips, and we will start with that very controversial teleport called Assassin's Focus. This is almost like your ultimate special move, but it will take some charging up, where you'll only be able to use it by initially performing stealth kills which fill your focus bar, and each chunk filled is one enemy you can take out using this ability. Eventually you'll be able to assassinate 5 targets at once, but you do always have to be out of conflict, and it isn't something you can use mid-fight, which probably makes sense. You can, however, use this mid-air, which just looks absolutely insane, as well as using it for getting up to difficult to reach spots nice and quickly. Another top stealth tip is that enemy vision is majorly reduced during the night, so if you're struggling to infiltrate an area, simply waiting until nighttime is going to make everything so much easier. Lastly, notoriety plays a big part in being a stealth master, which will rise when committing certain actions and being caught, like stealing or attacking enemies. The first level citizens will recognise you and inform the guards. The second level archers are now atop rooftops and will attack you on sight. And the third level will send an interceptor who is an incredibly strong enemy to come and hunt you down. Now you can remove your notoriety by either removing wanted posters without being caught, bribing a Munadi scattered across Baghdad with a power token, or killing the interceptor, which believe you me is no easy feat. But by having no or little notoriety is going to make Basim's stealth experience way easier. That's it from me, but there will be lots more Mirage content to come, and I will see you legends in the next one. Until then.